So the point of this space is to offer people a space to ask questions to improve their health. So some of you know my story, and a lot of you don't know yet because I'm sort of new in the online space. So I am Becky Longacre. I'm a nurse gone health coach. I've been a nurse since 2006. And my whole journey has to do with professional observations as well as personal experience being a patient in our current healthcare system. I'm in a master's program for master's health administration to try to solve some of the problems that we have in our current healthcare environment. And one of those problems is finding a way to empower patients more often so that they can impact their health more often. So I've shared in another video that some of the states that we have in America, 50% of the population is not only overweight, but they are obese. And so that's one of the major goals that I help clients with as a health coach and also as a nurse, is to reduce weight so that they can live healthier lives. So being overweight is a common denominator in a lot of health conditions. It impacts cardiovascular disease. It impacts, whether or not you're going to get diabetes. And if you do get diabetes, whether or not you're going to have complications from diabetes. Wound healing can be impacted by being overweight. There's just a lot of, joint pain, degenerative disc disease. Osteoarthritis is made worse by having a larger weight load on your joints. So I want to provide people with empowerment in terms of getting healthy, learning how to be healthy so that they can reduce the impact that their disease process has on their life. They're going to mitigate the disease as much as possible by being at a baseline level of being healthier, or in some cases, going into remission with their disease process. And the reason why I say that is because in my personal journey, my patient journey, I have ulcerative colitis, anxiety, and chronic back pain that was established from being a nurse since 2006, so about 17 years of, using my back, overusing my back in terms of trying to provide patient care. So in my personal journey, I researched health behaviors that impact all disease process and the whole person. So I identified 7 health behaviors that are proven in research. I've observed them clinically, and I've also experienced them as a patient personally in terms of seeing that they work and that they are proven to improve your overall status of health. So with ulcerative colitis, I've been flare-free for as long as 7 years, directly related to practicing these health behaviors. And so this is what I have to offer you. My coaching program is a mind, body, soul approach. So I do not just focus on the losing of the weight to reduce back pain, for example. I focus on why, you have tried so many times to lose weight, and why are you not successful, or why does it keep on coming back and adding even more weight? So some of my health journey, again, is going back to losing 26 pounds because I had excess amount of weight on my back. So I had chronic back pain working as a nurse, and along with certain exercises I do and other health behaviors that I preach and teach, one of the things that I had to do was reduce my weight because I needed to reduce the weight load that my back was carrying, that my joints were carrying. And so the whole body works together. And that's something that I'll teach you is, once one disease process gets better using these health behaviors, a lot of times another disease process will get better. So been flare-free for as long as 7 years with ulcerative colitis. I've eliminated the hold that back pain has in my life. So my low point with back pain was I was on the basement floor for over an hour because I went into spasms and I could not stand up. So my muscles were trying to break my bones. That's what it felt like. It was 10 out of 10 pain. I truly felt like my muscles were trying to break my bones. I was going into spasms that bad. So I went to the doctor and I got the medications, took the medications. I did physical therapy, exercises, but there were certain aspects to my lifestyle that were not conducive to healing back pain, and they were not conducive to preventing it from coming back. So feel free to ask questions. Going live is a new skill of mine, so if I am delayed in responding to your comments, forgive me. I'll get better as time goes on. So the people that I'm talking to in this video, well, the reason why I created this video, anyone can watch this video, obviously. The reason why I created it was to talk to caregivers. So nurses, moms, women, people that tend to care for everyone else all day, but they have a hard time taking care of themselves. And so that is a huge mission of mine, is to teach caregivers how to care for themselves, because if we don't care for ourselves, honestly and truly, we lose our function in life. So me, I lost work time from my back pain and ulcerative colitis. I lost time with family. I lost time in enjoying life because of these things. And I just got to a point where I am not interested in being a patient. I'm interested in living life. And if that's you, I encourage you to contact me via Facebook Messenger, or I also have a website. It's www.healthtransformersmaine.com. You can learn more about me on that website. I also have a YouTube channel. It's Health Transformers, and the URL is long and annoying, but just look for Health Transformers and look for someone that looks like me on the YouTube channel and you'll find it. I also have a personal group, or a private group I should say, on Facebook called Fix Your Back, Live Your Life, and it's directly aimed at trying to help people that have back pain, that want to live without back pain. They want to eliminate the hold that back pain has on their life. And they are trying to look for resources to get them there. So what I will say about resources is you can pack your brain, and I'm thinking of a particular client when I say this, you can pack your brain with knowledge all day long, and with rules, and with guidelines, and with information. You can pack your brain with this stuff all day long. But if you don't start practicing this knowledge, it is useless, ultimately. So that's why people reach out and they hire a health coach, because they identify that there is something that is preventing them from taking action or taking the next right step, or something is keeping them stuck and they just need help. That's just where they're at. So I was there myself. I've had to ask for help plenty of times in my life with my health journey. I know what it feels like to feel like, you're not a functioning person, that you're like sucking up all the resources and not giving back to your community. I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to have that impact your self-esteem and your outlook for the future. I know what it feels like to watch your significant other, clean the house or tend the house while you are on the couch or on the bed because you're trying to coalesce from either a chronic illness or, back pain. So I feel you, I know where you're at, and I want to offer a solution for you so that you can get better, so that you can go to work, not only go to work, but enjoy your work undistracted, so that you can be part of your family with joy and authenticity. So you're showing up because you can show up, because you have the resources to show up, because you've taken care of yourself enough that you can enjoy showing up. And I want you to have joy ultimately. So what are the 7 health behaviors? So the 7 health behaviors are sunlight, and this is all dependent on research and personal experience and clinical experience. Sunlight, getting 20 minutes of sunlight a day is a wonderful goal. If you don't get outside at all, try 10 minutes a day as a personal goal to get out and enjoy the sunlight. Rest and meditation. So 8 hours of sleep per night, plus allowing your brain to just go blank a couple times during the day, 5 minutes at a time even. Just rest your brain. Rest helps with getting rid of inflammation in your body. Rest helps with wound healing. Rest helps with reorganizing your brain. So it helps with mental illness. It helps with anxiety and brain fog and all that. Hydration. So I recommend 1.5 to 2 liters of water per day to drink non-caffeinated water, unless your doctor has restricted you, in which case you'd want to follow your doctor's orders. So your doctor knows you way better than someone online does until we have a personal relationship. So you'd want to follow your healthcare team's guidelines. And then a proper diet for you. So I'm putting together some more videos around diet, because when you ask somebody what is a healthy diet, you're going to get 1,001 answers. So some people only do keto or Atkins or vegan, or there's a whole bunch of different diets out there. I generally practice the My Plate recommendation from the FDA, where half of your plate on every meal or snacks or whatever is fruits and veggies, and the other half is protein, and then you have dairy. I feel like I'm missing some grains on the other half of your plate. So whole wheat pasta, whole wheat rice. The reason why whole wheat is better than refined or white stuff is just because it has a little bit more fiber, so it increases your blood sugar a little bit slower, so that your blood sugar is going to drop a little bit slower, as opposed to, say, drinking soda, which is going to spike your blood sugar up and drop it down. And the sharp drop in blood sugar is what they feel like suddenly hungry, even though they've consumed a lot of calories, and they go and they seek another meal. So proper diet for you. Generally speaking, fruits and veggies are always a good idea. Generally speaking, green leafy vegetables is a wonderful idea. Lean protein. So it's not rocket science. It's just trying to remove the barriers to your habits that are going to help you get success. So there's a reason why people are not achieving their health goals that they have control over. A lot of times it's self-sabotaging thoughts, behaviors, stuff you learned in childhood that you just can't unlearn, So there's a lot behind it. It's not just the health behaviors, it's like the motivation underneath the health behaviors. It's a little bit of psychology and things like that. So health behavior number 5 is exercise that works for you. So, and again, if I ask someone what is healthy exercise, I'm going to get 51 answers in terms of what you need to do to be healthy. And if I'm talking to someone that has low back pain, I am going to want them to practice stretching first to release the muscles, to lengthen the muscles, along with proper hydration. So again, the muscles can stretch out and lengthen. After a fair amount of stretching has been done, say a couple of weeks, the pain has reduced, your range of motion has gone up, then we would talk about doing some core muscle activity, because your core muscles are going to help with every other movement, any other exercise that you do. The core muscles are also going to help your back carry the weight load of the rest of your body. So stretching, then core muscle activity, and then move on to, weightlifting or cardio or whatever your exercise of choice is. If it's a high impact exercise and you're still struggling with back pain, I say do step aerobics as opposed to go running. Do something that's lower impact, that's still going to give you the cardio, still going to give you the benefits, but it's not going to beat up your back. And then health behavior number 6 is community. So getting people around you that want you to be successful, that want you to meet your goals. So, and that's some of the things that clients identify with me when they're working with me, is that they've gotten so used to not reaching out to their community that they don't feel like they can establish accountability buddies. And so that's a huge benefit. And that's a homework assignment that I'll give to people, is I will be one of your accountability buddies, but I want you to choose 2 more people in your life that are going to help you meet your health goals. This is what I'm working on this week. My motivation is low this week. Just someone to talk to and to hold you accountable and to cheer you on as well. And then spirituality and joy. So that is, the icing on the cake in terms of our human existence. So one of the troubles that, or one of the criticisms I have with our current healthcare system is this expectation that humans need to be machines, and we are not machines. We definitely have emotional needs, and one of those emotional needs is for mutual respect and acceptance, and being able to stay in the present moment increases happiness, and having a give and take relationship, and enjoying life. So do you have hobbies? Do you enjoy doing stuff that is not related to work, family, house? Do you have things that you do in your life that generally bring you joy? So those are the 7 health behaviors in a nutshell. Feel free to check out www.healthtransformersmaine.com. Ask me more questions about the health behaviors and how they can impact your life. I do have a free PDF download of the overview of my framework, so you can also contact me on Facebook and I can give that to you as well. So I'd love to hear your comments. And again, I'm going to be delayed in responding to them because I'm new to the Facebook Live situation, but I'd love to hear from your comments in terms of what pointers are helping you. And I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but one health behavior, as you practice one health behavior, say it's getting enough water, you will notice that your endurance for exercise is going to be a little bit higher, because you have that water that's hydrating your muscles and taking away lactic acid and waste products and things like that. So you'll notice as you increase one health behavior, other health behaviors are going to be made easier, and your overall status of health is going to improve. If you get out into sunlight, you might notice that you're going to have more energy. Your mood is going to be elevated because sunlight naturally increases our mood, so that you can exercise for a little bit longer, or you have a little bit higher motivation to do so. Getting enough sunlight also helps with sleep-wake cycle. So you're going to sleep better. And in sleep better, you're going to make better food choices. So, and in better food choices, you're going to feel better about, going out to dinner with your friends and having that good food choice at the restaurant, as opposed to, being tired, dehydrated, and choosing the bad food choice. And that might impact your relationships, and that might impact your joy and your spirituality. So it's all connected. So I think I've talked enough. Like what I tell my clients, you have to start somewhere. You have to get better a little bit every day. And the point is to do it. So you don't do it perfectly. You start, you get better, and you slowly improve. So I used to be 26 pounds heavier than I am. I used to have terrible back pain. I used to be flaring with ulcerative colitis, and my anxiety was impacting my life. All of these things were impacting my life in a very negative way. So in using these health behaviors and getting help, I had to ask for help too. I've been able to improve the status of my health a whole lot. I don't use the word cured, because to say that someone is cured is to say that they have lived the rest of their life and not one of these things have come back even a little bit. So I'm using the very strict definition of cured. The truth is, ulcerative colitis does have a genetic component. And that is something that I wanted to say in this live video, is the genetics of an illness do play a part, whether or not you have these health behaviors, and that's the truth of it. Some illnesses have a higher genetic component. So someone that has cancer that keeps on coming back, unfortunately, their genetics are overpowering the situation. So the people that I made this live stream for are people that do have some control over their disease process or their health status through their behaviors and what they do. So thank you for joining me, and I encourage you to follow me. I encourage you to subscribe on YouTube, like the video on YouTube, and I will see you next time.